Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. What's up? I'm so happy to see y'all. It's been 2 weeks since I've seen y'all last. So welcome. Come on in. Look at the fam waiting in the chat. And you guys already know the drill. Make sure you are answering that question of the day as you come in. I would greatly appreciate it. Today's live, we are going to be talking about living paycheck to paycheck. How many of you all can relate to that? Let me see who all is in here. Hey, Desi, good morning. I read that in January about 60% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, her answer 60%. Hi, Andra. I bet at least half of us do. I bet. Oh my gosh. Good morning. That was dramatic, was it? I would say 73% live paycheck to paycheck. Okay. Good morning, Lupita. Thank you for joining. Okay, she says 75%. Good morning. I would say about 65%. Kelly, how you doing? Hi, Cindy. How are you? Thank you guys so much for being here. You say 80%. Cindy says 80% too. All right. Good morning, everyone. I say about 75%. Okay, y'all are up there. Hey, Jess. I've seen it with 60% or 65% are living paycheck to paycheck. Yes. These numbers are just astounding, aren't they? Good morning, Priscilla. 80%. Good morning. I was living check to check in 2020 when I started my journey. Now, how many of us, let's ask a question. Does living paycheck to paycheck mean that you're poor, you don't make enough money? Is that what living paycheck to paycheck means? Or can you be someone who makes six figures and still live paycheck to paycheck? Comment that down below, because I think a lot of people think living the paycheck to paycheck means, you're poor and you don't make enough money. Let me know what you guys think about that, because it could mean that you could be rich living paycheck to paycheck. Let me know what you guys think about that. So thank y'all so much for joining me today. If you are catching the replay, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. You guys, my last live was one of the highest number of views that I've ever received before. So I just want to thank you guys. Thank you to all of you all who, for not only joining me Saturday mornings, but who come back and catch the replay. So that just meant so much to me. I had to make that comment. So thank you guys so much. Let me go ahead and remove this banner here. And then we will go ahead and get into it. We're talking about how many Americans do you feel live paycheck to paycheck? All right, let me see. Who have I missed? Hi, Kimberly. Good morning. I am six figures paycheck to paycheck. Okay, Andrew said that's her. That is her. Yeah, that's possible. Yes, you can still make six figures and live paycheck to paycheck. Living paycheck to paycheck doesn't mean you are poor. That is absolutely correct. People, if they live beyond their means, yes, people always tend to think that living paycheck to paycheck means you don't make enough money or you're poor. That's not what living paycheck to paycheck means. It's just how you manage your money, right? So it could be those of us who don't make a lot of money, or it could be those of us that's making, six figures. You think that you got all this money, but you don't know how to properly manage it. That's living paycheck to paycheck. Absolutely. Tamika says 50% and you can be rich living paycheck to paycheck. Yes, absolutely. Agree with that. Even 100K, I do believe, to me, it means you cover all your bills and living expenses. Yeah. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining. Some senior execs live paycheck to paycheck. I think it's safe to say that their yearnings outweigh their earnings. That's true. We're a six-figure family, but blessed not to be paycheck to paycheck. It took us years to get here. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. And I throw that out there just because I want people to understand. Don't think that because you make a certain amount of money that something's wrong if you're living paycheck to paycheck. That's absolutely not the case. It just means that it takes us a little longer to organize our finances. And so let's get into that question of the day that I asked you guys. How many of Americans do you feel or you think are living paycheck to paycheck? So I got this from a Forbes article that I have linked down below, where I'm going to get most of my comments that I have here today. And according to this article, this was in 2023, a survey conducted by payroll.org said that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. This was an increase from the previous year. In other words, more than 3/4 of Americans struggle to save or invest after paying for their monthly expenses. So some of you guys were saying 75, 73. According to that poll that was done, it was about 78% living paycheck to paycheck. And also, out of that 78%, let me pull this up for you guys. Out of that 78%, almost 30% of those people that took that poll reported their income doesn't cover their expenses. Isn't that crazy to think about? And a lot of us have been there. If you've been there before, comment down below. Because one of the things to get us over this hurdle is being able to admit those things. And a lot of us, we say we don't make enough to even cover those monthly expenses. So how do we get out of that? So those were just some fun facts I wanted to share. Again, I got this article from Forbes. I have it linked below in the description box if anyone wants to take a look at it. Let me hop back over here to some comments. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. Let's see. I need to clean my glasses. I can't see what this is. I saw that one. Hey, Marie, good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Today we're talking about living paycheck to paycheck and some things we can do to not struggle in between our paychecks. Right. I'm not living above my means, but I didn't know how to save for things. That's a good comment. That's a good comment. Sometimes it's just all a mindset. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I want to ask you guys, for those of you who are here, first of all, if you haven't done so already, make sure you click that like button. But I want to ask you guys, do you know which generation you are? So what do I mean by that? So comment down below. I want you guys to tell me if you are a Gen Zer, Gen X, millennial, baby boomer. Comment down below, which generation are you from? That's the way to ask that question. Which generation are you from? And do you think that plays a factor on, how we manage our money? A lot of this is from how we were raised to deal with money, how our families dealt with money. Some of this stuff, new generation coming up, they don't really have, the upbringing or know the knowledge. So they take it from wherever they get it. So which generation are you? And do you think that has an impact on how we manage our money? I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's the way I'm trying to say that. Okay, let me get back to the comments here. So let me see what we got in here. Hey, Shalise, how are you? Welcome. Inflation has gotten out of hand. Woo. Inflation has gotten out of hand. Okay, let me see. I see Cindy says she's a boomer. Hey, good morning. Come on in. I want you guys to answer the question below. Which generation are you? Okay, we got a millennial. And for those of you who may not know, let me break it down. I had to look it up here. Hold on. Okay, if you are a Gen Zer, and this is from Google, by the way, you are the ages 12 to 27. If you are a millennial, your age is 28 to 43. If you are Generation X, your age is 44 to 59, and boomers are 60 to 69. So drop in the comments below. Let me know which generation you are. Let's see. Did I say good morning to Candace? Thank you for being here. Let's go down some. I'm in between millennial and Gen Z, okay? I did not get my bonus on this check and had to take extra money from emergency just to support the variable expenses. I also, when I took the money out of emergency to pay those credit cards off. Yeah, see, and we'll talk about that too. We're going to talk about that. Maybe not today, but we will talk about that. When you are trying to get out of debt, sometimes it is okay if you decide to take that money out of the emergency to pay that debt off. I always say that money's going to come back to you. If you know how to manage your money well, it's going to come back to you. But if it's a decision of, do I just keep this money saved, or if I have enough to pay off this debt, I'm paying off the debt every time. All right, Gen Z. Okay, let's came back and said Gen Z. Hey, Janelle, Gen X, millennial, Gen X. All right, Gen X. Less people would live paycheck to paycheck if the education system taught financial skills. Oh, that's deep. That is deep right there. I like that comment. That's true. That is so true. We got some boomers in here, Gen Z, and no, you don't think it plays an impact? Okay. Gen X, millennial. All right. We got some Gen X's in here. Hi, Amy. Welcome. Millennial, please. Gen X. Okay, we got look at the Gen X's in the building. All right. Well, the reason I brought that up, I wanted to share this piece of information with you guys that I did get from that article from Forbes. It had the people that they surveyed. Out of those people that they surveyed, and the 78% that are living paycheck to paycheck, based on their generation, are the types of reasons. I'm going to pull up the types of reasons why they are living paycheck to paycheck. So let me share that with you guys really quickly. I thought this was just good information. No, because sometimes we may not be able to categorize why we do live paycheck to paycheck, or what are the reasons we're living paycheck to paycheck. So let me share my screen really quickly so I can have you guys take a look at this, and you guys let me know if you agree with this or not. So one second, let me share my screen. Entire screen. Here we go. Share. Okay, so here's the article here. And like I said again, you guys can click the link in the description box below once we're done to read the full article. But here we go. Why are Americans living paycheck to paycheck? I thought this was interesting. Here are different generations here. High monthly bills are on here. And let me take off my glasses here. So it looks like Gen Z. The reason they're living paycheck to paycheck, their monthly bills are high. This group has the highest percentage. Now look at this one. I thought it was interesting. Lack of budgeting and financial planning. Look who got the lowest number on that. Baby boomers. So the reason why they're living a paycheck to paycheck is not because of budgeting, not because of that. That's the low number. They know how to budget. But look at it. Look at this, millennials. 57% is why we're living paycheck to paycheck, because lack of budgeting skills. Low income was pretty median across the board here. We got unexpected expenses. I want you guys to look at this one. Look at this one. Social pressures. Social pressures is one of the reasons why we are living paycheck to paycheck. Look at this. Look who's the highest. 30-some% for millennials, because of the social pressure got y'all living paycheck to paycheck. So I thought this was interesting information here to look at. Supporting other family members, that's low. Debt is low. Debt is low when it comes to that. And then medical expenses are low. So some of the things we're looking at that's causing us to live paycheck to paycheck is high monthly bills, and then also lack of budgeting and planning. I thought that was interesting. So let me know if you guys can relate to that. I thought that social pressures was pretty interesting, because I'm going to tell you, y'all know all the time, I'm always on TikTok, and they always got that TikTok shop. Man, them people will have you buying everything. So that's a social pressure. When you know you don't need that stuff. You know you don't need that stuff. Man, those ads that come across there, and it'll have you buying all kind of stuff. So I wanted to share that with you guys to put some things in perspective, just to kind of look at what are some reasons why those numbers are so high. And let me get back to the comments here. Okay, yeah, Gen X, Boomer. Hi, Claire. Good morning. Good morning. You're a Gen X / millennial. Okay, Gen Z here. Shali says she's a millennial. I am a Gen X. I think Gen X is winning in here today. Gen X. I feel like it has a lot to do with how my parents handled their finances, which was not great in my family. I think a lot of us, I'm glad you said that, Cindy. I think a lot of us can relate to that, right? The way we deal with finances comes from what we've experienced with our family growing up. And then those of us who are dealing with budgeting and things like that now reflects on what we're teaching our children. How many of you all are teaching your children or your nieces or your nephews the importance of budgeting? I know I am with my child. And she got her budgeting book and everything, because I know, just like what Cindy just said, I know that wasn't taught to me when I was younger. I didn't know anything about finances. I was never talked to about money like that. But now I make sure, based on the knowledge that I have now, I'm talking to my child about it. So you're absolutely right with that comment. I missed what you said when you broke it down. I have no idea. Oh, okay. So Sarah, here's the ages. Let me read it again. This is which generation you are. Gen Z, ages 12 to 27. Millennials, ages 28 to 43. Generation X, 44 to 59. And baby boomers, 60 to 69. And then you guys, hold on one second. Okay, so with everything else with these categories, these Gen X, Gen Y, Z, I don't know, but they're always trying to classify. This age nowadays, they're classifying everything. So take it with a grain of salt when you read these things. Some stuff you can relate to, but you know how we're just always putting ourselves in a group and category. So, but I got that from Google if you want to take a look at it. Okay, let's see. My mom is a baby boomer and have always told me that the job let me read this again. My mom is a baby boomer and always have told me that the job she's had never had 401k options or pension plans. Yes. So as a boomer, that wasn't offered in companies is what your mom is saying. Okay. Hi, Fiona. Good morning. Hi, Lisa. I guess I'm Gen X, not Gen Z. I know. Again, this is what these my daughter can break this down in all of these different categories. And I'm like, I gotta look it up. I'm like, what does this mean? I didn't learn how to budget until I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck years ago. Yes. At some point we get tired, don't we? You're a millennial? Hey, Annie. Hey, happy Saturday. All right. Hey, Jamil. Okay. So I'll get back to the comments, but let's start looking at ways to help us stop living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. Let's start to break that down. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me today. When you live paycheck to paycheck, and I just read that comment, sometimes it takes you saying enough is enough. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I'm going to do this. So these tips that I'm going to share with you today are ways to help. But it's not something that happens overnight, is it? Like, it's not something that we're just like, okay, I'm going to stop living paycheck to paycheck. It's like, this is work. You have to program yourself. So I wanted to share some things with you that I thought would be able to help us be on our way to stop living paycheck to paycheck or think about how we do our paychecks, okay? So here's the first one. Stop doing mental accounting. Does anyone know what I mean by stop doing mental accounting? Comment down below. Let me know if you know what that statement means, mental accounting. And what does that mean when I say stop doing it? Okay, let me get back up here and catch up on some comments. Let's see. Yes, my son puts 10% of his check into his savings. Good. Yes, I love to see that. I tried to teach my niece, also one of my friends and one of my sisters. They just don't understand it. I try to break it down in layman terms, but it never worked. Oh my goodness. Who can relate to that comment? It is like when you are budgeting and this is our world and we do this and you try to explain it to others. Do you ever get frustrated when they don't get it? And then they say they're going to try it and then they don't, and you see them. Do you ever get frustrated when you see people you tried to help? Not by help, I mean, you've explained to them on what could help them, and then you just see them still not doing it, and they're still just going about their way, and then they're wondering why they're broke and why it's not. That is the most frustrating thing to me. And I don't know why, but it's so true. You can try and help as many people as you want. It's not going to help them until they are ready to help themselves. Oh my God, I felt that one. I absolutely teach my 21-year-old about budgeting. Yes, especially around that age, because that's the age when the credit card companies start lurking and twerking. And they start coming around and trying to get our young ones to get into debt. I'm teaching my daughter the basics. She saves her money for something big, which I think is awesome. That is awesome. And the younger, the better. Your daughter's young, so that is awesome. Yes, my parents were givers, and I am too. But I had to learn boundaries, and in the long run, it was hurting me financially. Kathy, that is, I can relate to all of that. All of that. Good morning. I've been teaching my son about money since he was a toddler. He got his own budget binder now, and he loves it. He's only 13, but questions every potential purchase. Y'all, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Now, let me get down here and see if anyone understands what I mean by mental accounting. And let me take these glasses off. Okay, let me see. I still see some baby boomers. Hi there. Thank you for joining. Shalise says, I wasn't taught about finance and had to relearn everything. My daughter knows about budgeting, investing, and credit. She's also coming with me to NASDAQ and NYC next week. We have to be the change. Wow, that is awesome, Shalise. You're going to NASDAQ? Oh my God, such experience. That is such a great experience for your daughter. Oh my God, that is a beautiful thing. I love seeing that. I absolutely love seeing that because they have to understand it. And just like someone said earlier, they're not teaching them these things. We have to make sure that we are teaching them these things. Okay, let me see. Did anyone say been introducing the basics of saving to my 6 and 7-year-old? Will definitely be teaching them as they grow what I was never taught growing up. We get passionate about that, don't we? We get passionate about the things we weren't taught when we were growing up. So we want to make sure our kids learn and that, you know, they can, it relates to them in a way. When we're teaching it, it has to relate. Good morning. Let's see. I'm a millennial. My mom was a giver and a spender. My dad was frugal and a huge saver. I took after my dad. Listen, that's another thing too, especially for those of you who may be married or in a, you know, a committed relationship and stuff. Not only are you trying to work these things out within yourself, but when you have a better half, now you both have to try to get on the same page and balance each other out. It's all a work in progress. Oh my God, it's always a work in progress. Let's see. Does anyone know what I mean by mental accounting? Okay, I don't see anyone. Wait, hold on. Yes, I do. Mental accounting most of the time to stop spending so much, okay? Probably telling us to start writing stuff down versus trying to do it in our head or just go about paying stuff without a plan. Absolutely. To stop that mindset of living paycheck to paycheck, the first thing a lot of us have to do is stop mental accounting. Stop in your head doing your budget in your head. And you're like, okay, I got this. This is due this day. Subtract this, carry the one. Okay, I got enough for this. This bill is due. Stop doing the mental accounting. That is going to hurt you. You've got to write down what your expenses are so you can see them. You got to be able to see it in writing, either on a spreadsheet, however you look at it. It can be do it up here. A lot of people can do it up here. They can do it up here. But if you're trying to stop living paycheck to paycheck, stop trying to calculate your expenses and your bills and how much money, because you will get yourself caught up. I found myself doing that a lot. And I'm like, girl, take some time and get that budget together. Because listen, when you do a budget, that is work. Is that not work? You gotta get up, get mentally prepared. You gotta get your budget. You gotta open up all your bank account. It is work, and a lot of us don't like to face that. But we can't do it in our head. It's going to throw us off all the time. So that first tip is very important. Start writing down your numbers and taking a look at them. Okay, now let me know if you guys agree with that. Let me get back to the comments here. Hey, Shonda, I used to get frustrated, but then I started sending links from other creators in the community because maybe one of y'all have a better way to explain it than I do. Oh, okay. All right. Hi. Let's see. I had to learn to say no when people would ask me to borrow money. That's hard to do. We had a live about that before. That's hard to do when people ask you. And then once they know you're giving them the money, then they keep asking. See, that's the problem. They keep asking. Yeah, we talked about that before. Good morning. Been in and out the video. Kids going crazy. But I make good money and I still seem to live paycheck to paycheck. I budget monthly and by paycheck, but still can't break the cycle. It won't happen overnight. And it also won't happen just by you saying, I'm going to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Let me write this budget. See, most of the time, we have to take a deeper look at ourselves and how we are doing things. It's not just saying, I'm going to stop doing it. It's a whole thing. It's a whole process. And it takes time. It definitely takes time. And it takes consistency and commitment. But we're going to get there. That's why we have these lives, so we can talk about it as a group. We'll definitely get there. I was doing some messed up mental accounting and finally wrote it down on paper. Being nervous and checking my account every day is done. Okay, y'all, Edra is so true. Look at what she said, being nervous and checking my account. How many of you all can relate to that? I'm just like you. I can relate to that. You do that messed up mental accounting and then you are scared to open your account. I have done that before where I won't even look at my account for days because I don't want to face the reality. I know that account is jacked up. I know I'm going to have to sit down because I'm just up here doing that mental accounting. Then you open up your account. It's like, whoa, wait, what? Huh? The numbers, that math ain't mathing. That's such a true comment. Such a true comment. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. New to budgeting. Love my budget binder. Oh my gosh. I can relate. I love all my binders. Speaking of, oh my God, you guys, I forgot to mention what today's giveaway is. Hold on now. Last time I jacked this up with the comment in the comment section. So let me see here. We're going to test this early. Today, for today's giveaway, I am going to be giving away one of my new products, and it is my month ahead binder. Okay, here it is right here. Okay, here it is right here. So you guys will be able to go to the website. If you win, to my website, pick out whichever, look at my pom-pom, aren't they cute? You'll be able to pick out whichever color you want the binder in, and it comes with 5 pre-labeled envelopes for you, okay? Because I'm serious. I want to help us on our journey to save. And my mission this year is to make sure we are all on that journey. Okay. So put in the comments if you are interested in the binder, hashtag month ahead. I'm going to see if the comments are collecting this time. I don't know what I did, but I'm going to check it early. And I still have from 2 weeks ago, I gave away my letter challenge. Don't worry. I have not forgotten. I got to go and pick that winner for that. So we will do that. But go ahead and put in the comments. Hashtag month ahead for a chance to win the binder and 5 pre-labeled envelopes. Again, you'll be able to go to my website and pick out which color binder. So let me see while you guys are doing that. Yes, okay, it's working today. So go ahead and put those hashtags month ahead. We'll do that at the end of the live. All right. I'll keep that up there for a minute. Hi, lovely. Welcome. Let me see. Did I miss anyone here? Trying to keep track of income and expenses mentally without writing it down. That's tough. Mental accounting, doing your budgeting in your head. Okay, yep. Yes, I would totally do that. Mental accounting, writing down helps me out a lot. Absolutely. Not me. I have a 5-second memory. Ain't that the truth? Hey, hi, Erica. Trying to do your budgets in your head will inevitably cause you to make calculation errors because I always forget something. That is the truth. You always are going to forget something. No matter how good you are, there is going to be that one little bill that you're going to forget that's going to throw you all off whack. Sometimes it's a major bill. So we have to do away with that. Now, with that being said, let me get into the second tip before time gets away from us. Let me get into the second tip to help us stop living paycheck to paycheck. Reduce the cost of monthly expenses. Okay, we're going to reduce the cost of monthly expenses. Now, what are some of those monthly expenses? I want you to think about this. What are some monthly expenses you can reduce the cost on? Have you tried? Has anyone ever took a moment to just look at their monthly expenses to see how they could cut costs? Has anyone ever done that? I do that all the time. And one of the key things you have to do when you're looking at ways to cut those monthly expenses, you've got to, when you call these places to see if you can, reduce your monthly expenses, if it comes to like a cell phone bill, your cable service provider, things like that, you can't be afraid to reach out and say, is there anything you have that can maybe cut my costs? Is there something? Do you have another program or something? See, most of the time we are afraid to ask that question. I told you guys before with my alarm service, I've had my alarm service for like 15 years. Finally, like last year I called them. I'm like, wait a minute. I have been, I've been paying this bill on time every month for the past, I don't know how many years. Do you have some? Can we lower this? Because why my bill seems to keep going up and up? And they were like, yeah, I forgot what they called it, but they had a program. Let's just say, for lack of a better term, it was always, I don't know, good paying customer or something. They actually had a program. See, they're not going to offer this information to you. Believe that. Ain't nobody going to offer you nothing like that to help you save money. Sometimes we have to go ask. Okay. So what are some other ways you can cut those monthly expenses? Okay. Let me get back to the comments here. Thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure you please hit that like button. Use an app on the phone so you have a copy of your budget at all times. Yes. And what is that Dave Ramsey? Let me see if I have it. What is that, Dave Ramsey? Is it every dollar? I have it. I have it on my phone. I don't use it, but it is a good app. It's a good app. It's a good app if you like to write down your budget using apps instead of, like, I'm a pen and paper girl myself. Some people like to do it digitally. Some people like to use spreadsheets. I have got to have pen and paper when I write mine down, but it is called, for those of you, oh, it has to download because I haven't used it in a while. But I think it's called Every Dollar. Hold on, it's coming up, y'all, because I want to show it to you. Okay, while that's doing that, let me get to another comment here. Yes, it's called Every Dollar. Here it is right here. It's by Dave Ramsey. I think it's free. Yeah, here it is right here if you can see it. Every Dollar. And then you can track your budget here on your app, and you plug in your numbers, and you probably can set reminders and do all types of things. So go ahead and check it out. Again, it's Dave Ramsey's Every Dollar. So go ahead and check that out. You got to know your numbers. You've got to. I need to write everything down. Always have a notebook in my bag. Don't look at my notes on my phone. Yes. You got to write stuff down. Lovely. You said you're late to the live. If that's what you mean, yeah, you can just catch the replay. Okay, let's scroll down here. I check my accounts probably 20 to 30 times a day. I'm sick of it. I know, right? Oh my gosh. That was so me until last year. Absolutely. I felt that way until I started this budgeting journal. See, we all got to have those ways to help us stay on track of things. You got to have that. If you're not looking at stuff and you're just doing whatever, oh my gosh, you'll never fix the situation. You won't fix the situation. All right, let me see. I think those hashtag month aheads are working. Oh, wait, is that what Lovely was asking? No, she was just asking, how can I catch up? But again, if you guys are just joining us, today's giveaway, I'm going to be giving away my month ahead binder here with 5 of my white envelopes with pre-made labels. Here they are here. This is what it looks like with money inside it. Isn't that cute? So go ahead and put your hashtag month ahead. We'll do that here shortly. All right, let's see what else we got here. Checking your accounts daily can be good for admin reasons, but being nervous because you probably overdrew is what I was referring to. Oh, yeah. I'm just talking about doing that mental math and knowing that those numbers probably going, you just be scared. Are the numbers going to match? That's why you can't do that mental math. You can't do it. All right. Thank y'all for, I see, hey, Trina. Thank y'all so much. I see all the entries. Hi, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. All right. So let's get into our third tip to stop living paycheck to paycheck. We got to live below our means. Now, I know some people don't like that, but when you're trying to get financially ahead, in order to do that, sometimes you've got to live below your means. Now, listen. I want y'all to comment on some of the ways that can help us live below our means. I'm going to tell you the number one thing that a lot of people spend a lot of money on, that if they cut back on it, they'd probably be rich. Okay? You probably can guess what it is. Where's all of our coffee drinkers out there? Where are all of our coffee drinkers? And I mean the coffee drinkers that go at least 5 times a week. Where are all those coffee drinkers? I know some of you go 7 times a week. I know that used to be me. By the way. But do you know that on average, people spend at least $10 to $12 a day when you go out to get your coffee at Starbucks? Because it's not just the coffee that's overpriced. And if we have any baristas in here, this is nothing personal, but when you're trying to get your finances together and living below your means, you got to look at ways that you can cut back on stuff. Can you imagine if you are spending, let's just say $10 a week, 5 times a day on coffee, and you just can't get coffee. You got to get a croissant. You got to get a little cookie. You got to get a little something to go with it. Now you're at $10. You go there 5 times. That's $50 a week. You do it for a month, that's $200 a month. Now you want to talk about you don't have any money to save. Oh my God, right there. That's $200 right there you could have. So sometimes we got to think about that stuff. So what's some other stuff we can cut back on? Somebody said groceries. Y'all, is anybody using coupons? Does anybody use coupons? Hold on, I need some coffee. Coupons are lifesavers. Coupons are lifesavers. Matching deals with different stores. Sometimes we just got to match those prices. See, a lot of this stuff which we can stop and which can help us is behavioral. It is behavioral. We got to want to do it. Some of this stuff takes effort. And if we just put forth a little effort, it would help us. It would help us along the way. Get rid of costly subscriptions. Cut my cell phone bill. That cell phone bill is big. You can definitely cut back on some of that stuff on your cell phone. Yes, I call to get better rates on my internet phone all the time. All of the time. Let me scroll down here. Let me see. This was one of the first things I did at the time I was paying for satellite TV, and I immediately canceled it and started streaming. Absolutely. I cut my membership subscription from $200 a month to $40 a month. That is awesome. $200 to $40? See, now that's extra money you got to put towards saving, to put towards something. That is awesome. That is awesome. Let me see. I look at my monthly finances all the time to see what I can cut back on just got my internet and cell phone rates down. Absolutely. I lower my bills by trying to find programs that can help alleviate the bills. Listen, you guys, and I know some of us are afraid to go out there and ask these things. Don't be afraid. This is your money. Only thing they can do is say no. Ask them, how can you help me cut down these costs? What can I do? My electric bill sends me a monthly report. Now, ain't nobody asking them to do this. They're trying to help me cut back on ways. You can help me by cutting down that bill every month. See, that's one of those bills that you really can't do nothing about, right? You know, that electric bill, like, what can you do with that? You can ask them to come read that meter and make sure it's reading correctly. But, that's one of them bills where they got you. Electric bill makes me so mad. But mine goes down in the summer, thank God. But those winter months, woo, hold on one second, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see. What else we got here? I called to get better rates on internet. They refuse. I'm looking for, yes. And when they refuse, switch. Who are you? You ain't gonna hold me and not switch. And then some of these places, when you tell them other places have a better rate, you go through them. I don't know if you guys have Xfinity cable or not, Comcast, but I know someone who had a high bill with AT&T and went and got their cell phone service through Xfinity, and it is way cheaper. So you got to look at stuff like that. There's so many things you can do. Okay, I'm a little behind. I see everybody saying to every dollar. Hi, Erica. Thank you for joining, friend. I got free Wi-Fi hotspot from T-Mobile and also got assistance with Wi-Fi. Yes. See, those options are available. We just got to look into them. My husband's monthly phone bill, much more cheaper now because we changed to other phone company. See, a lot of this stuff that we're going to cut back on, it's like I said, it takes work. We got to put forth the energy and effort to do it. It's just like with anything. You guys are so true. Also, for people that have to buy prescriptions monthly, definitely check with the manufacturer to see if they have a coupon available for you. And I'm glad you said that. Does anyone is it called Prescriptions RX? I can't think of the name, but if there is a there's probably a lot of them. Good prescription RX, where you can get cheaper through that program. You can get cheaper prescriptions. That's another one we don't think about. If you have to get, like Desi just said, you have to get monthly prescriptions, monthly medications, that gets expensive too. So there's so many ways. You just got to take the time to sit down and see what you can do to cut costs. But it's possible. It is possible. Cutting back on eating out is the hardest for me. Me too, Donna. Now I'm sitting up here talking to y'all. I know my problem. I know. I'm telling y'all right now. I don't even want to talk about it. But you know why I don't want to talk about it? Because I don't want to face reality. We got to be able to face reality. Part of this stuff, we know the issue is us. We know, like Donald said, cutting back on eating out. I already know. Golly, I have ate out probably every day this week. But I can't help it. We went to Wingstop yesterday. This is the part of the lie we go laugh. Man, this Wingstop was so good. I don't know if y'all have Wingstop or not. We've been twice this week. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But it's so good. I know my problem. I'm working on it. Take your lunch to work. Take your lunch to work. That's one of the places where you spend a lot of money. If you work in the office, people start ordering food. That's hard to resist. You got that little pitiful lunch in the refrigerator, and then you hear everybody like, "We ordering now. Anybody want to order?" I'm like, "What y'all?" That would be me. What y'all get? Who get what? What we get today? That was my problem. It has really helped me working from home. I will tell you that much. Goodness gracious. Let's see. I am totally a coffee drinker. Renee can relate. You know how much money you now. Side note, with the coffee drinking and whatever else, once you're financially stable, it's okay to treat yourself. No one's saying that. But if you are trying to get to a place where you're financially stable, then some of these things you want to cut back on. And you will be amazed once you learn how to cut back, how you will figure out you didn't even need it in the first place. Like I was a coffee drinker like that, going out every day getting coffee. Then I got a coffee machine for Christmas. I enjoy my K-cups. Now I don't even go out for coffee anymore. I love my coffee. I love my coffee maker. You know, it's hard. But once you do it, you'll see you didn't even need it. Oh, now we know Cindy, her TJ Maxx. That TJ Maxx gonna get you, Cindy. Dollar Tree too with they high butts. And side note, somebody said Dollar Tree is going up again. Have y'all heard that? I don't want to complain, but because I should be complaining about $1.25, but somebody said they are about to go up again. I love my coffee, but I make it at home and take it with me. Yeah. I drink coffee, but I got coffee and creamer for Aldi for $3 to $4. Wait, versus $3 to $4 at Dunkin' and Starbucks. And then you notice, I noticed with me anyway, when you start making it at home, that coffee out don't even taste. My coffee, when you perfect your coffee at home, it tastes good. I don't know about y'all, but I have perfected it. Now Starbucks what? Now I realize that Starbucks ain't even that good. No offense to if you work at Starbucks. I read that one. Let's see. Dining out is expensive, very expensive. That's a big one. Let me come down here. Sorry if I'm missing some of these comments, but I know this is a great topic. Let's see. Buying new clothes for every occasion. Oh my God, yes. Love doing the Safeway app for coupons and watching my total drop at the register. I cut back on eating out for lunch, dinner, entertainment, and clothes. I love coupons, and you get so many benefits by using them. Ain't that the truth? I love a good and digital coupons at your grocery store. I don't know how many of you all have Kroger, but those digital coupons, they will, and I love Kroger. They watching my shopping habits, but they will send me coupons in the mail on what I bought the most. And they're good coupons too. But you're right. That satisfaction of watching that number drop when you check out, that's a beautiful thing to see how much you save. You just got to put effort into it with anything else. Yes, coupons and discounts. Amazon shopping for me. I use my CVS and Walgreens apps. That CVS, I don't know how they're able to give away the stuff that they give away. See, but this is, if you're not a CVS shopper, this is something, if you don't have CVS, but if you have CVS, you want to look into CVS. I swear some of the times they give most of that stuff away for free. I don't know how they do it. But see, we got to look at those things. We got to, it's a whole big picture, you guys. We can have so many topics about this. Good morning. Hey, Nanaba. Cut memberships. We can live without some of them. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. All right, let me see what I've missed down here. Reducing housing costs and refinancing your car loan if the interest rate and payment is high. Yes, I use coupons, rebate. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all are like this. I can explain how many times that I've purchased something, and this is probably a few years ago, and they offer a rebate on it. But my lazy tail, because you had to, get the whatever the code was and mail it in. And I'm like, that takes too much effort, but I would have got back like $5 on some of that stuff. How many of y'all have done that where it's just too much effort? You don't want to do it. Now, I think when they do rebates now, they've understood that. Now I think you can just scan the code and do it online. But how many times have you not done those rebates? Because it took too much work. And that wasn't even too much work. 5 minutes. Oh my God. See, it's all a mindset. It really, really is. You know, the internet tells me what I need. It sure does. We gotta stop listening to that internet sometimes. It will make us go broke. That's why I got an envelope for stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever I'm buying, come out of this envelope. When it's done, it's done. When it's done, it's done. Now, if you guys are just joining me, make sure you drop in the comments hashtag month ahead. I'm giving away my month ahead binder here. It comes with the binder, your choice of color. You can pick it on my website, plus 5 pre-made label envelopes. So drop month ahead, hashtag month ahead in the comments below. Let me pull it up here. I lost it. Hold on one second. Where are you? Here we go. Go ahead and put that in. We'll do that giveaway here in a second. Thank you all just for being here and joining me on Saturdays. I really do appreciate these topics, the conversation that we have. But yes, that will be our giveaway. And while I have you in the middle of this live, let me just show you guys some new products that I have that I'm very proud of. And as always, if you can support, but if not, don't worry about it. Your support means a lot to me by being here and clicking that subscribe button, okay? But I do want to show you, if you all have seen my letter challenge, this is it right here. But I've created a new box to go with it. So here is my letter dollar challenge box to go with it. So if you collect your dollars, you can now put them in this box as opposed to an envelope, because those envelopes can get very, very fat. And I'm learning that. So I created that. That's new to my website if you guys are interested. And then my new emergency fund savings challenge called Don't Break the Bank. And she is adorable, y'all. She got on a money dress. Anyone peeping this money dress? But this will come with a tracker and small amounts, no more than $2,500. This is just a way to help us save those emergency funds and put that money away so we don't keep dipping into it. Because like we're saying today, it's all a mindset. And that's what we're going to work on. So those are some new products. If you wouldn't mind to just check out my shop and support, I'd appreciate it. All right, let's get into tip number 4 on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Try using cash. That was dramatic. Try using cash. How many of us have set a budget and then all we do once we set that budget is swipe, 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 swipe. We're swiping no swipey. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I'm telling you. Have you swiped your card like that? And then the bill comes and you're like, huh? Wait, what? I spent what? Because you're swiping that card till your little heart is just happy out there swiping it till that bill come. And you're like, oh. Comment down below if you can relate. See, try using cash. I'm going to tell you, I was a swiper. I'm a good swiper too. I pay my bills off. That's different. But I'm a great swiper. But I've switched to using cash for certain things, and I've noticed it does help. I'm not kidding you. When you have that cash in your wallet and you have a set budget, you're going to stick to that budget, and you're also going to aim to come below that budget. Like my mom always say, it takes a lot to want to break a 20. Have y'all ever had that when you got a 20 in your pocket? You don't want to break it because you know what's going to happen once you break that 20, it's gone. Y'all ever heard that saying? You break that 20, it's gone. Try using cash in between paychecks to help you budget and stay on track, to get you away from thinking you have to live paycheck to paycheck. Because now you can budget by using this amount of cash. You can roll over money. See, it's all the way we think. So let me get back. Oh, I saw Good RX. That was the name of it. Good RX. Yes, thank you. I could not think of the name of it. Good morning. Welcome. All right, let me see what you guys are talking about in here. Let me see. Yeah, we ate out last night. Over $100 spent. I feel it. I understand it. I have a sinking fund for prescriptions. It gets expensive, even with insurance. Y'all. I need to go to the eye doctor right now. But I know, even with my insurance, to get my lenses and some new glasses is going to be expensive. But that's why we should be saving. I get it. But, woo, Lord, even with insurance stuff is expensive. Your Wingstop is horrible? Girl, no. Woo, that's horrible. I hate that for you. Dining out seems to be the largest part of my weekly budget. It should be a crime. It should. Hey, good morning. Thank you so much for joining. Renee says, check with your work and partner's work about insurance. I carry my husband's insurance and my work insurance pays the difference, like co-pays and prescriptions. You're absolutely right about that. Absolutely right. Hi, Cindy. Thank you for joining. Let me see who else we got in here. Let me scroll down. I know I'm behind. Let's see what Annie says. Yes, I used to eat out at lunch a lot. And let me tell you, I've saved a lot going and buying groceries for lunch. You'll be amazed at how much you save, right? That eating out, the dang on coffees every day, the snacks, all of that stuff. Look at this one here. Dr. Pepper all day, every day. She'll be rich. She lay off that Dr. Pepper. I'm trying to tell you. For high yield saving and checking accounts, what amount would you recommend for the deposit? For your high yield saving and checking account? Oh, I don't know. I would tell you one thing that I always aim for an amount that I would want to have to start off with is $500 in my high yield savings account. Just for my emergency fund. I'm always aiming for $500. Let me get that first. And then I can start building upon that. But yes, that's the amount that I would say. Now for my checking, what I would say is try to have separate accounts for your checking account where your bills come out of, and then what you use for spending too. So that's always a good rule of thumb. So you don't have those accounts mixed, and maybe that will help you not to spend as much money. So that is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Let's see here. Give me all the rebates. Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Let me scroll down here. Somebody said cash is king. What was tip number 3? Let me go back here to my tips. And tip number 3 was live below your means. Live below your means while you're trying to get away from that living paycheck to paycheck. Let's see. Amen to cash. Cash spending plus the receipt is the best record keeper ever. Do y'all use Fetch Rewards? That's a side note. I just saw a receipt and thought about Fetch Rewards. Fetch Rewards or any app. Now I just say Fetch. There's a lot of apps out there where you can scan your receipt, and you guys drop in the comments. A lot of you guys may know more about all of the places out there, because I know there's a lot where you scan your receipts and you get discounts off purchases, or you get gift cards. I just know Fetch Rewards is one of the good ones that I use, where I get gift cards from scanning my receipts. So look into that too. There's all kind of apps that reward you by using their app, scanning your receipts, you buying a certain product. You got to just one day just sit down and analyze all of this stuff. Let's see here. Where are we? I do auto transfer. Hold on, I'll get it together. I do auto transfer for $10 a week to the high yield savings. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I do one too. I do for my daughter, Mini-Me. I'm saving to help her with her first car in a couple years when she turns 16. I do an auto transfer of $40 every paycheck into it's not into a high yield savings account, but it's into one of my investment banking accounts. Those auto transfers really help you save money too. Because once you transfer it, it's gone, and you only have to think about it. Out of sight, out of mind. Let that money just roll on over. So that's a great idea. Using cash works for you. Yes, using cash has definitely helped me to stop overspending. It really does work. I don't know what took me so long to try it, because I'm using my card. Let me take these glasses off. I'm all about using my card. I want the reward points. There's nothing wrong with reward points, and you use your card for certain things. But I've learned by using that cash for the things that I know I'm overspending on, that's kind of helping me not go over budget. That's what I mean by that. Let's see. You have to break the box. That's why it's called Don't Break the Bank. You have to break the box to get into this, okay? If you buy this, because the point being is I want you to focus on the saving and not pulling that money because something happened. Oh, I got to pull that money. Because what I want us all, or where I want us all to get to, is a place where these things that we're talking, how can we work on saving our money where we don't have to think we have to pull it or we can't save or, there's just too much going on. We got to organize the way we do our spending. We got to organize the way how we do our budget so that we can be able to save and put that money away without touching it. Yes. So that's the whole thing about this concept. Don't break the bank. This is a mindset here. You have to really toss and turn before you break this. Look at me. You have to really. I'm trying to drive it home. And my voice is going to play on there when you buy it. And it's going to say, think long and hard. I'm going to have a little recording that says that. All right, you guys. We're getting close to time. And I want to get ready to do this giveaway. So let me share with you guys tip number 5 that I have for you to help us stop living paycheck to paycheck. And that tip is think about the future you. Okay, let me say it again. Think about the future you. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is sometimes, and this is not just living paycheck to paycheck, sometimes to help us get to a place where we want to be, we need to visualize what it is we want. Where do we want to be? What do we want out of our budget, our finance? Where do we see ourselves a year from now? Where do we see ourselves 5 years from now? See, sometimes we get so caught up in the moment and living paycheck to paycheck, we're not thinking ahead. We're not thinking about the future. We're not thinking about what can get us there, what steps. We're not motivating ourselves. So tip number 5 to stop living paycheck to paycheck, think about the future you. What do you want from yourself? Where do you want to see yourself? What do you want to build for you and your family? Once you start visualizing those things, that's going to give you the motivation to get off this path that you're on and start making changes. Okay. All right. Let me know what you guys think about that. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and put the hashtag month ahead in the comments here. We're getting ready to do the drawing here for my month ahead binder. Good luck to everyone who's entered. And again, thank you guys so much for being here this week. Let's see. 500 is a good number. Yes, I always say start with 500. 500 is enough, if an emergency happens or you have a deductible you need to meet or insurance or, something happens where you got to get tires fixed or something. That's a good amount to start off with. Meet that goal first. Then go to the next step. I tell you all the time, you're going to get sick of hearing me saying it, but I'm not going to stop saying it. When you're trying to first learn how to save money, you got to work with what you got. Okay. But you cannot right out the gate. I'm saving $20,000. Okay. No, we're not. We're going to baby step it. Then we're going to get to $20,000. Don't go trying to save $20,000 when you know you got trouble saving money. Okay. You can't save the 50 you were supposed to save. We're going to start small. Okay. That's okay. And we're going to work our way up. Those mini wins are motivation that we need. Okay. All right. Let me get down here. I see everybody saying yes to fetch. Make sure you have that hashtag month ahead in. I am so happy you guys are here today. I love these Saturday lives. Most times I'm in the bushes watching, but I'm always on. I appreciate you being here. My family thinks I'm tight when I tell them I'm on a budget and can't afford some things. I don't worry about them because I'm determined to become. Yes. That's another thing. You can't let outside voices stop your mission. Ooh, outside voices. And I'm not talking about family. I'm talking about anyone. We call them haters. You can't let people stop you when you're on a mission because people will try and stop you. They don't even realize that they're doing it. People don't realize that they're doing it, but they don't understand what you're doing and they see you're trying to do this good thing for yourself. Oh, people will try and block you left and right. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. We'll talk about that. All right. I see everybody has their hashtag month ahead in. Let me go ahead and do the giveaway drawing right now. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Bear with me, you guys. Entire screen. Share. All right. All right. We got 50 entries. Okay. I'm going to give you all 5 seconds. If you have not gotten it in, again, thank you guys so much for joining me on these Saturday morning lives. I haven't thought about what our live will be about. Oh, next week, you guys, while you're getting your hashtags in, next week, there is no live. I don't do a live the last Saturday of the month, but I will be, oh Lord, when I come back, it will be May. That is crazy. So I will be back for our May Saturday live. I don't know what that date is, but I think it's May 4th. I'll be back that Saturday with a brand new set of topics for the month of May. I'm going to go ahead and hit draw. Good luck, everyone. Thank you so much for entering. And if you don't win today, please feel free to check out my website and support. I have a lot of budgeting items at a reasonable price. Oh, all right. Congrats, Denise. I think Denise has won something from me before. Congrats, Denise. Please reach out to me via my email, info@budgetingjustbecause.com, or on Instagram. I think Denise has won from me before, so I think I have her contact information. So yes, just a reminder, you guys, next Saturday, no live. I will be back. I think it is, yes, May the 4th. Also, you guys, that weekend, yeah, that's right, May 5th, it will be time for my annual Mother's Day giveaway. So if you guys have been here before, you guys know every year I like to do a Mother's Day giveaway, just my way of saying thank you, giving back to you guys, celebrating all the mothers, including aunties, because some of us aunties were mothers too. As you know, if you guys are an auntie to some of these nieces and nephews, they will call on you in a minute, want to be up under you all the time. So Sunday, May 5th, 6 p.m. Central, it will be a celebration full of giveaways. So please don't miss it. Thank you guys again for being here. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, guys. Thank you for being here. Congrats, Denise.